Have we got the mic?
Mic's on.
Mic's on.
We are live, gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Chris's Garage. It is Saturday night. The main event is right here. Get your dollar bills out, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to tip your cocktail waitress and your bartender. And always remember to have a fresh cold beverage in front of you at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, Pints and Pistons, here we go.
Woo! Thank you, Will, for that introduction, and I appreciate that with your wonderful strip club DJ voice. Guys, if you didn't hear that, we are Pints and Pistons.
Welcome.
We are on a Saturday night because yesterday was Valentine's Day, and I took my lovely lady out to micro wrestling, and we had the time of our lives.
We went to the pub.
So what you're saying is you watched your family wrestle?
Pretty much.
Yes.
I only had 3 inches. If I was 3 inches shorter, I could have been a part of it. And I thought, I'm like, hey, can I be the
You could be
giant like
Jesus.
this? But
He could be midget Jesus.
In the
Christ.
land of the midgets, you are the giant.
You are.
Little people.
Little people.
PC, man. PC.
It's not a bad word, it's midget.
It's
But we had so much fun, and we hope you guys had fun with your significant others or your cars on Valentine's Day. But we are Pints and Pistons, and we are coming at you live from Chris's Garage
with
this
a
time.
Miata behind us.
Miata
Yay!
That has no engine, but is leaking oil for some freaking reason.
Yeah.
There's fluid coming
I
from
still have
somewhere.
no
Is
idea
that the
why,
reserve?
but it has fluid on the ground.
That's the
But
reserve.
there's
Earlier,
nothing
I was
there.
like-
That's how you know you really fucked up, is when you buy a project car that doesn't have an engine and it's still leaking oil.
Like, I really don't even know where that came from.
It's the power steering.
It's the rag.
fluid.
Oh, okay.
And you guys may notice too, we are 3/4 of a man still short. Brian still is in recovery right now.
But he should be watching, and everybody say hi to
Yep.
Brian.
And we have Will joining us tonight, and we have another person coming too that is just going to be another person for the peanut gallery. But we're here. I'm Daniel. That's Chris. That's Mike. We know that. And of
Hi,
course,
guys.
it's Will. And we talk about cars.
And we drink beer.
And we drink
That's
beer.
pretty much what we do.
Basically, just a Saturday night at the bar with your buddies, pretty much.
No, it's pretty much a Saturday night on the back porch anywhere of any car person's house, or garage of any car person's house.
And
Exactly.
make sure you guys check out all of our supporters. The links are down there below you. Our Facebook is there as well. We really could use some more people watching us. The Nell and Taxi.
Oh, hey, those are the people that want to
that one people's
show.
choice.
Yes, hey, guys.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Don't have to. I hope you don't have to sell the cars in 9 months. Well,
Yeah.
speaking of that, our next event is going to be April 26th. I hope to see you guys there. I love that Ford. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a
everyone's
taxi.
got a Chevy motor in it. I still love it. It's awesome.
But yeah, guys, April 26th, there's going to be an event on Facebook. We have this huge event. You can see the videos from the past events on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook. It is a great time.
I plan on getting another set of tires for those 14-inch rims to send
Merc-
it again.
The Merc will be on the road
Yes.
by then.
I just wanna see it.
Maybe I'll get
Is
the
that our 5th person?
He's got a Jeep.
You got a Jeep.
I
He's
can't
got a
tell.
Where
Jeep.
did he get a Jeep?
He just got it the other day. I got the Blazer at the house for sale. It's a
Oh, that's
it's an
his?
11.
Okay.
It's a manual.
Manuel?
It's yeah, it's a manual.
What Jeep?
It's a Wrangler. It's a Wrangler
It's a
Sport.
Wrangler?
It's manual.
Okay.
It's 4-wheel drive and it's clean. Hey, buddy.
This is all happening off camera for you guys, but yeah, our fifth
Yeah.
guy just showed up.
5th guy
It is
just
gonna come around. Just don't trip over the cord. There's a seat for you on the end. If you like a beer, we can get you a beer or whatever you need.
Well, we'll be doing another beer here soon. Sorry, with one of our beers, we only got a 4-pack, so we'll have to split one with you.
Oh,
But everybody,
Hey, okay,
welcome.
so-
This is Jack. He's our other
Hey,
guest for the
hey,
night.
no, I'm Mike. Well,
Yeah.
you know him.
And that's
Well,
Will.
that's Will.
Hello.
hey.
And he has a Jeep, so he does Jeep things. And you know, we got to be really careful. As we do a Jeep thing with him, it might burn when we pee afterwards. So
Yeah,
we
that's
need to
true.
be very careful.
Hey, at least with Jeep things, you know, you don't run into crowds like Mustang things.
That is true. So you two guys definitely are going to have a homicide in your future.
Oh God, yeah, it is one of those. I
But-
stand in my front yard and I don't have the car. I don't know how the cars haven't attacked me yet.
They've been sitting there waiting. They're plotting. You need to
I
be
look
very.
out
how do you
the
sleep at
window.
night?
I look out the window and it's one of those. I'm like, they're just looking at, and then like, I'm just waiting for it. I'm
gonna
waiting
happen.
for it. They're gonna come through the garage and just rah.
Speaking of that, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I saw a trailer for something, and I'm not sure if it was like a spoof or if this is a real thing. Do you remember the car?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the car.
Oh yeah.
I believe they are remaking the car.
No, really?
And the car is a Bentley this time.
Oh, fuck.
It's a Bentley Continental GT.
It's a
What
tank.
was it? What
It's
was
a
it
people
last
killer.
time? What was it last time?
I don't remember what that was before.
It was a big old thing.
Hold on.
Hold on, we're
We need to
googling.
resort to the internet for this one.
Oh, that movie was so awesome.
It's been
That
so long
that
since
oh,
I've
that
seen
is an
that.
amazing movie. Amazing movie. It's one of those. It's the same thing with like The Wraith and that. That movie.
Classic
I
car movie.
I can watch that like crazy, and it's just one of those. I mean, it's like I don't know what he is, man. He's like a ghost or a wraith. It's like he's like a name of the movie. Me and Brian quote that constantly.
Oh.
That movie is absolutely amazing. But the car was, or was it a George Barris car?
I thought it was a big fucking
Yeah.
old bodied muscle car, wasn't it?
Chrysler?
I'm feeling a Chrysler.
Was it an Imperial? No. Guys watching us right now, the movie The Car, if you've
I'm
seen
pretty
it,
sure that was a Lincoln.
1971 Lincoln Continental
Yeah,
Mark III.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what it was.
I was gonna say, I was pretty sure it was a George Barris Lincoln.
It was a George Barris Lincoln? I thought George Barris did something with it because it had some funky other stuff.
Yeah,
on
I
it.
saw that preview pop up on my on my Facebook the other day, and I was like, "Holy shit! They're remaking the car."
That's awesome.
Hey,
I'm
as long as they do
interested
it
to
good.
see. The only thing they got to do is they got to do the horn.
Oh yeah.
They've got to do that horn the
Yeah.
same way.
That was deafening. By the end of the movie, hearing that was it was terrible.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
It
it was.
It's frightening.
Yeah, it was George Barris. That's what it was. Yeah.
George
'Cause-
Barris.
And if people don't know who George Barris is, he is the godfather of wonderful hot rods and this thing, the Monstermobile, Dragula, the Monkey Mobile. Oh, dude, all the cars he did were absolute. Sonny and Cher's 67 Mustangs that he did that didn't even fucking look like Mustangs afterwards, but they were amazing. That dude, props to him for some of the shit there. That was childhood.
I see what they did there, by the way.
Hmm.
Lincoln Continental, Bentley Continental.
Oh!
Hey,
It's a continental thing.
This is like confirmed now. I think we're confirming our theory.
Yes.
But
So
Yeah.
as the title shows,
the super things.
what we're gonna get into for our main topic for today, we were trying to come up with ideas and all that, and it's pretty much like usually it's 30
Shit
minutes
show.
before the show we go, hey, what are we talking about today?
Right.
And one of the things that
And yeah, confirmed IMDb.
what is it? The car Road to Revenge.
Monte Carlo headlights and a Rolls Royce grill. Batmobile.
Yes. But it's gonna be one of those to where we are talking about the Supra, not just the new Supra, but the Supra in general, from the Celica Supra and the whole way. So that's gonna be our main topic for tonight.
Right now.
And just even going into that, I want to say Toyota has confirmed that in 2021 they are finally bringing the 4-cylinder to the States on the new, what is it, the A90? Is that
Yep,
the body
A90.
for it?
Yep.
The A90 is going to get the 4-cylinder in it, and I believe Brian was saying that it's a 255 horsepower
It still ain't bad.
is what it is. And when you think about it, so that car is going to be a hell of a lot lighter compared to, Jesus Christ.
Ooh. Ooh.
God damn, dude.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm sitting next to you.
That's
Come on
okay.
now.
It's alright. It won't
Really
be
good?
bad.
Really?
They don't stink.
That's what you think. So even with
We
the
have-
4-cylinder,
What
like
generations we have.
it's going to be down on, a little bit down on power compared to the 330, which is 330. That means in quotation marks because we've seen dynos of the stock ones that are doing like 320 to the wheels. So you know with that transmit, they're
Yeah,
like
exactly.
340, 350
350-ish.
around there. 255. That really isn't bad because you think about it. The front of that car is going to be so much lighter too,
Right.
because those
Hopefully
straight
that-
sixes
and-
are pretty heavy.
And
to
maybe it
begin with.
being like a base model.
Be cheaper.
Not just that, but maybe we can just hope a little bit that it'll have manual.
No,
Oh.
probably not.
Please, can we have a manual?
Dude, a manual 4-cylinder Supra? Yeah.
That brings me into the other topic before we get our first beer, and this is just a really quick topic.
Oh, yeah.
So I saw an article about 2 days ago or that in the United States there was more EV vehicles, electric vehicles sold than there were manual vehicles sold.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
me sad.
I had that one, but in blue.
It's the
Oh,
joke
my
of,
grandfather had one
the
of those.
millennial anti-theft device,
Yeah.
but it's becoming
It's
true.
sad.
That's a bit depressing though. That more electric cars sold.
Sorry guys, I'm looking at the chat from Danil and Taxi. Audio is great through my ear. Okay, audio is great through the earbuds, so that's good. Thank you.
But-
Hey, and
so-
if the audio messes up, please let us know or stuff like that because we are monitoring live your chat. So just let us know if there's any buffering or anything like that. We are normally able to.
And feel free to chime in on what we talk
Yes,
about.
yeah,
So,
feel free to chime in. But,
But-
yeah, no, the fact that there was more
Yeah.
electric vehicles sold than
The
manuals.
manual vehicles. And that just goes to show that it's phasing its way out in this country slowly.
And it
but
makes me so
surely.
sad.
It does.
Like, for example, I mean, the Kia Stinger.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Not available with
Yeah.
a manual transmission. Come on!
Really?
Stop this! Stop this madness, please! Save the manuals!
Right now, like with the pony cars, I think you got the Mustang you're able to get with a manual. The Camaro you're able to. I don't think you can get the Challenger. With
No,
it.
I was actually going to go into that because recently I have learned way too much
you
about
were
Challengers.
with the first gen of it, but I
Well,
don't think with
well-
the new ones you can, right?
No, like I said, I have learned way too much about Challengers lately because one of my coworkers is really hell bent on getting a Challenger, and the Challenger RT with the V8 comes standard. Oh, the fart! She said the fart.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to the immaturity. That's anyway.
Sorry you had
no,
to hear that.
uh,
Luckily you don't smell it because it was horrible.
It didn't smell.
Yes, it was.
But
It did smell. Sorry, buddy.
You can get the 2020 Challenger RT with the V8 comes standard with a manual. You have to pay more as an option to get an
And
automatic.
see, and that's what it used to be. It used to be that you had to pay more for an automatic. Now it's you have to almost pay more to get a manual.
And the Hellcat and the Demon are the same way. They come standard with the manuals.
Yeah.
But you have to pay more to get. Now the base models of the Challengers only come in automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But then
same
you go to
thing,
the GT500, the new GT500,
Yeah.
automatic.
only
automatic.
automatic, which I am still not mad at because you got to think of the people who are going to be buying the new GT500.
I get that. I understand that. But there needs to be a fucking checkbox to get a manual.
But imagine,
Even if
like,
they only sell 3 of them, I
like-
still want a goddamn manual
like what
option on
Brian
that car.
said, finally, it is a great day to be alive to be a three-legged person, a monoped person.
A one-legged person.
Yeah, one-legged person.
One-legged
Finally, and Brian, I'm looking out for you. It's your time to shine. Do it, Brian. Whatever you're thinking,
Do it.
do it. So, what's your feel on it?
You just threw it right in.
Well, I was actually nervous about the G because it was a soft top. But
Okay.
given it's a manual,
Now, is it
Not
four-wheel
really.
drive or just two-wheel drive?
That's four-wheel.
It is a four-wheel?
yeah. I actually locked my keys in like the third day I had it. And I just took the window off. It was pretty nice.
Oh, so does it have the soft windows? Or,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, well, except the front doors. Those are.
Hard.
Yeah.
But at least you got a manual one and it's four-wheel drive.
That's true.
Yeah.
I get asked where I work all the time. People go, it's a manual. And I'll look at them and I'm like, okay, I was born in 77. I think I got it.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be amazed
all.
at how
Yeah.
many detailers we've had come through the dealership that cannot
Not
drive
driving.
manual.
Mhm. And then the
That should almost be a requirement for DMV.
Well, the thing is like most valet services and that, it is a requirement that at least half of the staff is able to drive manuals. And I found this out from last time we went on vacation and we were at the hotel and it was a valet only. And when we got there, they were slow and me being me, I ended up talking to, because I brought the ST and I ended up just talking to the valet dude. And I'm like, so, like, what is the criteria for that? He's like, at least half of us, half of the staff have to know how to drive a manual. He's like, and when a manual comes up, you either have to wait for somebody that can, or the person will know how to drive it. The people that can't drive a manual, they have like a special tag on their identification that they are not allowed to drive at all.
it's the people that don't try.
Does it
Yeah,
say
no,
special
we-
on it?
No, it's just one of those like it's there. So like the guys that can, or guys or gals that can, are like, I think they get actually a little bit more pay, is what he was saying, because they were able to drive anything. Which is, well, I think it's pretty cool, but I mean, it's one of those where, I mean, I really think anybody should be able to drive a manual.
Drive a manual, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's kind of, it's really sad
It
that
is,
that's
I
where
know,
we've moved
but
to over the last year.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side of that, automatic transmissions have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
and you can't, and on that point, you can't,
But to not give me the option
Yeah.
is my problem.
like, that's why I'm excited about the transmission in the new GT500, because, yes, it's not a manual, but that 7-speed automatic that's in it is a dual clutch, and the way it shifts, it's
quicker than you can shift.
it's quicker than you can shift, and you are, unless you
But I
hit the
what if
wrong
I
button,
fucking want it in the
you are-
manual.
I know,
Right.
but
Well,
you're
what if
not
I want a
going to-
manual? That's my problem.
Like,
We're going to get to a point where they're going to stop making manual transmissions, and that day is the day that driving enthusiasts die.
yeah. Because right now, even though my focus has the things that I want done to it, and that when I want to go drive and clear my mind, I'm not taking Sabrina's car, even though I love driving Sabrina's car. I'm taking either the Focus or the 86, and I'm.
There's
going
nothing
through
like
gears.
being connected that way.
No
There
radio
really
on,
isn't.
no radio on, windows down, no matter how hot or cold it is, and I am clearing my mind by not feeling like
Listening
I
to
don't know
records.
what to do with my left leg. It's just I'm driving. I'm one with the car. This is it.
Right.
This is it. On that note, want to go
Supras.
into our first beer?
Oh,
Sure.
no, yeah, beer. Beer.
It's your house. It's your turn.
Let's do yours first.
Okay.
He said he wants to do you first.
Mine's is still not
Are you
quite.
planning on doing this with your Jeep?
Oh, wow.
Hey, look! I see a bone.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
damn! Some fucking flex,
That's
man.
That is.
That's 90
Ooh, I
degrees
like
of flex.
That's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. It just does, it looks so angry. Like
I've,
what?
I've seen them do that before.
Talk about giving
There
sideways
you go.
glances.
You're taking up the reindeer. Yeah.
That's funny.
Sorry, we're comparing lighters over here.
Oh,
He's got a
okay.
really cool design on his.
You wanna
He's
get
got
into-
Nardo
you
Gray.
wanna- you
Yeah,
wanna get
no,
into
his
this lighter?
lighter. No, the thing with that lighter is the backstory. Sorry, guys, we're off card
Way
topic
off.
right now. The thing with Will's lighter, that gray lighter, it's one of those where that thing is the only, and we've tried it with
Thank
many
you.
lighters. His lighter is the only one that can fully
Why do you
launch.
get 2 glasses?
Yeah.
Fully
I grabbed
launch.
six slides.
It's okay.
Here's
We're
all
counting.
caps.
It's okay.
Especially Guinness in a bottle.
Guinness, because
We've hit the transformer. Standing in the driveway, we've hit the transformer at the corner of my yard.
That's why the bottom of my lighter's all
With the
chewed
lighter
up.
flick?
Yes.
Yeah, the lighter plate. I can
His-
launch beer caps
And but
30,
we've
40
tried it with
feet.
this. Seriously,
Tried it
you
with
can
that
see
one,
we've
dude.
tried it with this
Doesn't
one.
work.
It doesn't do it.
I tried it with
That
the red one.
lighter-
You're aiming at people.
That
All I
lighter.
do, I
is
even-
amazing.
What is that beer?
It's a beard that was originally $13 that I got for $5 because somebody put the wrong sticker on it.
Scottish style. It's a wee Mac Scottish style
Why do you think I
ale.
got it? It says
It's
Wee Mac.
It's a fucking wee Mac, made by fucking Sun King Brewery.
Oh god, it shook.
I gotta say though, off-roading manual's a hell of a lot different than what I was used to.
Oh, a lot more fun, isn't it?
Oh,
when
look
you
at
got
that
so much
color.
more control now.
You do.
Look at
even
that.
going
Wow.
down hills, going up them.
Wow,
Look at the color.
wow.
Oh yeah.
That's dark.
Woo-hoo.
Sorry, bud.
I
Oh.
love a good dark beer.
I want my baby back,
Oh.
baby back, baby back. I want my baby back.
Look
She
at the
sm-
head that's forming on that.
She
bad
smells
boy.
like a porter.
I didn't even read the description. I saw the name and I got it.
A wee Mac, a Scottish style, is an enticing and malty brown ale with caramel and cocoa in the hazelnut character, balanced with toffee undertones.
So that's
Definitely
Wee
Scottish looking though. Hell yeah. Made in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go,
Oh.
Jack. We got Indiana
Oh,
beer.
man.
He's from Indiana.
Oh,
We got
oh.
him an Indiana beer.
Oh,
So like,
oh,
Dude,
guys,
sm-
like
it smells like a porter, like a really
this is
dark
awesome.
porter.
I don't even know what the alcohol content of
All right,
this
boys.
is.
Cheers!
Hold on.
Cheers!
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 Cheers.
Cheers!
Cheers to Bears, boys.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Extended cheers!
Extended cheers.
Extended cheers!
Well, on the computer.
Careful, careful.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah!
And it's not fully cold, but you know what?
Ooh.
That's
I
a
like
low
it.
round.
I
It's-
like it
I think
not
it-
fully cold because
That
I think
toffee
you
It's
got.
kind of meant to.
So good.
Yeah, this kind of is meant to be.
And I
not
love
fully
toffee,
cold.
dude. I love it, love it, love it.
Oh
love it.
damn! I
That-
did good on this.
That's a warm brown right there, boys.
It is. You can drink that warm and it'll go down fine.
Ooh.
Finally, a beer Jeremy Clarkson would enjoy.
Oh my god.
Warm brown beer.
That's-
Hold on,
that's
hold on.
really
I'm
good.
actually trying to find a percentage on here.
Hold on.
It might be on the
He
can.
said, "Let me take a sip." I'll tell you. 5.8 is my guess.
Where? Oh, do
Not
you see
even.
it?
Not quite.
Not quite. Probably. There is.
4.7.
They don't have a percentage on here.
Probably does on the case.
Yeah, it probably doesn't the case.
I don't know, but
All I can
Jesus
say about
Christ,
this
it's
It's good, though.
Mike? Yeah.
I did good? I did good? Alright. Like, seriously, just look at that color, guys.
I'm,
Like,
I'm
color.
picking apart the flavor.
You get a toffee, hits you instantly.
You get toffee on the beginning, and you get
Yeah.
like cocoa kind of washed
Yeah.
out on the
oh,
end.
toffee?
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
You get
There's
toffee,
something
hits
else.
instantly.
There's
something
toffee,
I love
caramel. You get the caramel kind of in the middle.
Oh,
it's
the
nutty.
hazelnut. The hazelnut. That's what
That's
it
what
is.
I'm
Oh,
getting
that's
at
what
the
I'm
end. I'm
getting.
getting the
The
middle, the
cocoa.
middle.
I'm getting the cocoa and the hazelnut right at the end there.
No, the middle. As soon as you take a sip, you get the caramel. Towards the end, you get the cocoa, but the middle part,
That's
the
a
middle
good beer
as you're
right there, I like
swallowing
God
is
damn, we're beer
is
snobs.
That's a
hazelnut.
good
That
beer.
is a damn good beer, though.
I liked that. I like that a lot.
I did good.
You did good.
Fuck
did
yeah.
You did good. You did a good job.
No, that's a drinkable beer too. That's like a.
That's
Oh,
a fine.
damn.
As Brian would say, that will find its way into my fridge again.
It will. And I'm not
Hey,
even
hey,
kidding.
if Brian's watching, I do have a 6-pack of Key Billy Ale that we got at Earth Fair right before, well, as they were closing, that I got for 10% off.
Ooh.
That I have.
They closed, didn't
Look,
they?
they're
Yeah,
about
Earth
to,
Fair's
that I
gone.
have saved for him when he gets
Well,
better.
I think
But then I
they're slated
also-
for April 28th or something like that. So
Yeah,
there's
but
nothing
I
left.
also got Playa Linda's. Yeah, the red from Playa Linda's.
Robinot Red.
Yes, I
Really?
got a 6-pack of that.
Uh-huh.
I almost
Really?
brought that tonight, but
Ooh.
that is going to be a special show because I know that was within our first 2 or 3 episodes. But that is by far still my favorite beer I've ever had on this show, and that's my
amazing.
special
Um,
6-pack.
And I discovered a beer that, well, I've had a long time ago that me and Mike used for drinking beer in our shenanigans in his driveway. Is Yingling Black and Tan.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
For an everyday
For
beer.
everyday
Holy
beer.
shit.
Black and Tan.
Yingling makes some excellent variants.
Oh,
They're black.
They're
Yeah.
golden, too.
It's one of those like for the last couple days, Will's been bringing over either a 12-pack of that or a 12-pack of Guinness, and that's what we've been drinking.
Well, the Yingling Black and Tan is like an Amberbach and a Guinness made a perfect baby.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Sabrina even liked it.
They're good.
Sabrina drank a whole beer of it because she actually liked it.
Fuck yeah. Well, you know what?
And you know that's an accomplishment because Sabrina really isn't a beer person.
Yeah, this is correct.
Beers that I don't like, Sabrina loves.
I-
So I
I
know
think-
if I drink it and I don't like it, I give it to her and she loves it.
Ah,
Beers she likes, I don't like.
I think without ado, we're gonna go into the A40 Supra.
Ooh.
The beginning.
I got it
Yes.
pulled up, too.
1978 was the year.
Hold on, I gotta pull up the phone and know exactly what the fuck
We
it
were
was.
still a Toyota Celica, but in America, we became the
Celica Supra.
Yes.
Yep. And this is when body style, think of Trevor's yellow one, like a lift back.
Mm-hmm.
Is about like that, and they were made in Japan. And your power output numbers, your base model was at 110 horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Your middle of the road was 117, and the Bad Daddy was a 2-liter that made 123 horsepower. Based off the Celica GT liftback. Also dubbed the Celica XX before it actually took the name of Supra. That 2-liter inline 6 12-valve single cam making 110 horsepower.
And you know what's really cool about it too? The buyers who got the 2-liter, who optioned the 2-liter, would not incur an additional tax under the vehicle size engine displacement regulations
Really?
they had in place back then.
And when they switched it to the Celica Supra, they switched the front end to a traditional McPherson strut. That kind of started our beginnings
Yeah.
of suspension work with Supras.
No, but
And
see,
they had
the
a
same
four-lane-
thing was,
had a
I
four-lane
also
rear
gotta
end.
say that with that, the reason why a lot of the hot rod guys that are building hot rods, they use the Mustang 2 front end. that all the people now make, the aftermarket stuff for it is
Here he goes
because
about the Mustangs.
because of that, because they use
Here
the
we go.
It used the McPherson strut part onto it. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll give you a Mustang episode. No, we're gonna have an episode where it's just Mike with a whiteboard talking about Mustangs.
Especially Fox bodies. There is going to be a Fox body episode in the near future
It's gonna be
that is
phenomenal.
going to be 3 hours long of me just with the whiteboard, crazy-eyed, going, hold on, let me connect these fucking strings back and forth.
Well, why didn't? What do you got, Chris? I saw you were reading a bunch about it. You got
I'm
anything
on
on
the
the first
same
gen?
thing.
I was gonna say we jumped to 1980, where we have facelift, full pretty much body exchange. We have 14.5-inch wheels
Oh
now.
yeah, so that's
Yep.
basically like the TRXs that you could get on
Oh,
the Fox
God,
body.
here we fucking
that
go.
Were 14, that they were actually 15.5-inch wheels, and they were metric standards. So yeah, no, that's the thing. You can't buy tires for them anymore except for a Coker.
Anyway,
It had a 0 to 60 of
10.24 seconds. 10
Which-
seconds.
And a quarter
gotta remember,
mile
this
of
was
17.5 or 77 miles.
You have to remember,
Woo!
this was 1980. This was just after the fuel crunch.
Yeah.
You know, that was blistering speed at that time.
But here's where we began. In 1981, we started the Toyota Supra with the Sports Performance Package. You got sports suspension, different tires with raised white letters.
Hey, yo.
And
getting
you also
raised like
got
letters
a front
were
spoiler, a rear spoiler, and, wait, the 8-track.
Ooh.
Fuck yeah.
And that one came with any engine. It was just a package you could add on to it. You could still get the inline 6 with 200 or 123 horsepower or 110 or 117. And then we start wrapping into the Celica XX, the end of it, where they kind of came to the loopy back. Yeah, that's where I'm at right there.
Now tell me how much this thing does not like a Rover SD1.
I was
Right.
thinking of like a mixture of a Lamborghini, a Spada, and like a Rover, and a little bit of Citroen in there
Dude,
too.
there's so much Rover. There's
There's so much
Rover
happening.
going on in that one photo. It's unreal.
And the flagship, they deemed it the 2000 GT.
Hey, but the thing is like what Brian said, to me and Brian, that generation Supra is one of the best looking Supras.
Well, and guess who had their hands in it? I'm reading right here. The Yamaha block.
oh
Fucking
yeah!
Yamaha, right? The Yamaha took the base and
Show!
improved it. Yamaha's been in there so long. Now, we had a 2800 GT variant that
Oh,
had
yeah.
a 2.8 liter dual cam
Yep.
inline 6 that made 173 horsepower and 170 foot-pounds of torque. And you reach peak torque at 3,000 RPM. That little thing was a little torquey
Well, the
fucker.
thing is, you also got to remember that's a straight 6 motor. What are straight 6s known for? They're fucking torque.
And that was with the A50 Supras, and that brings us into our next generation, the A60.
Which
I
is
had
the
one of
third
these.
generation,
No,
right?
second, no, we're second gen. Second gen.
A60.
And this is the one that everybody knows as the Celica Supra. My grandfather had a white one. I remember it.
My brother had one.
Louvers on the back.
I had louvers on. Mine was dark blue.
Yep.
Dark blue with baby blue interior.
And-
My brother's was spray bombed black with the louvers.
In Japan, we were still the Celica XX. Here, we were full-on Celica Supra.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got a big barrage of different engines.
Oh yeah.
And wheel options, those wheels that they came with were amazing. Absolutely, one of my favorite things. They call them the baby super wheels because that was the Celica Supra, so it wasn't an actual Supra. And
And here's where we introduced our first M series engine,
Yep.
the 5M,
Yep.
inline 6. Let's see, we have an L type and a P type for the North American market. P for performance, L for luxury, and obviously the luxury had automatic transmission, and 14x7 aluminum wheels and 14.5x5 wheels.
Odd little fact here, the P-Type was also standard with a more sporty 8-way adjustable seats.
Wow!
well, can I also bring up?
And you got a limited slip
Can I-
standard.
Yep.
Also bring up a radio thing. You brought up the 8-track and that. With the A60s, you also got it to where the AM/FM antenna was integrated into the front windshield, rather
that's
than the typical external antenna.
That is
Which,
pretty cool.
if you think about it, with that time, like now that's what you expect in that. Like my mom's Altima has it integrated into the front, and you can see it in the windshield in that. The fact that that has an integrated antenna into a windshield back in '85 and that,
Big deal.
that's a
Oh,
big
definitely.
fucking deal.
So, circa 1982, now we're full blown. We're running the M's. We have the 5M GE. We're doing 0 to 60 in 9.8 seconds now instead of 10.24. And we're running the quarter at 17.2 now at 80 miles an hour.
Which is 3 miles per hour upgrade from the year before.
And the introduction, as well as the 5Ms, into the legendary W Series transmissions. We started out
Yes.
with the W58 four-wheel disc brakes, stabilizer bars.
So, but fun thing with that transmission, because that was a 5-speed transmission, a lot of the people coming up with the MK4 Supras and that, when they get up into the higher horsepower,
They switch to
instead of going with
W58s.
the 6-speed manual, they will put that 5-speed in because
Well,
it
they
can
also
handle
had either-
so much more horsepower.
They either had 410s.
It's a weird fact, but
They either had
it's
410s.
yeah.
The P's had 410s, or was it the L? No, the L's had 410s, and the P types had 373s in
Yep.
there.
What you gotta think about with the P's, that's the performance one. Yeah, you know, the 410s are great in that, but when you're trying to do more mile per hour, that's where that comes in.
Along with the radio that they introduced in the later A60s and the 82s, they also switched it to where you got climate control standard.
Yep.
In 1982,
Dude,
you
I
got
love.
climate control standard
Dude,
in
I
a car.
loved the radio in my '86 that I had, dude. I loved it because I mean, it looked like a home entertainment
Oh
center
yeah.
stacked in this car.
Well-
Because you had cassette, and then you had this full
The equalizer.
band,
Equalizer.
you had this full
Yep.
7-band graphic equalizer in this thing. Speakers all over the damn place in the car. It was
Well,
just unheard of.
I got to slightly vary away from on that note from the Supras.
Which Fox
I got
body?
no,
Okay.
because Fox bodies are horrible stereos. To the first gen RX-7s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You
they
look
had
at the
great
Clarion
stereo
units
system
and
there.
that, you
Dude.
got a wonderful, beautiful.
And then the stainless steel fucking
yeah,
like,
everything was
oh.
a stainless steel. You had a wonderful radio, then you had
Digital
cassette
clock.
with a clock in it, then you had a cassette deck, and underneath that you had a full 7-channel equalizer if you got the ones with the Clarion.
And they did that badass. Is that faceplate, that
Oh.
stainless steel
Oh yeah,
plate
the
though?
whole way.
Oh my
And
god!
I
it was
will
what
say
sweet.
a lot of people that have those for sale keep those in there. You don't see a lot of aftermarket units in them because just the fact like you're looking at those
What I
interiors,
like
they're
about mine-
bright red or
We got
bright
driving
brown,
modes in
and
the
it's
E3.
just
What I liked about mine, because everything lit up orange, so
Mhm.
everything was orange in the car.
that's the best thing about the
Same-
80s.
same
Everything
as
was
everything
orange.
was orange in it. The whole
Yes.
stereo was orange, but it had that dual meter bar in the
Yep.
thing, dude. It had the dual meter bar, and it would just go green, yellow, red. Mine was always in the red.
Yeah.
Chris,
All right, so for the 1983 model
Yeah.
year, we have something very important here. This was an industry first, and it was an industry first that really changed a lot of things.
We see vehicles
In
to
the-
this day with them.
In the automatic models, this was the first vehicle in the world to have a push button, essentially a sport mode, a performance mode for the transmission. It was the first vehicle to have that, where it would switch between basically an economy mode and a performance mode at the push of a button. So that was a big innovation for the whole automotive industry, because we still see that today.
Yeah, it was just sport modes where it tightens up gear changes and
Yeah, it basically the power mode provided the quickest acceleration, and normal mode provided the best all-around performance. So if you wanted to be like, hey, I'm gonna drag you at a light.
So like the
into that.
Saab with the extra button.
Yep.
and
What was
and-
it extra-ing?
In '84, we did slight design changes to the 5M, and now we have a model that produces 160 horsepower,
Yep.
and
And a compression ratio of 9.2 to 1.
a gear ratio change, and the wraparound front turn signals, and the high wing on the rear, like the rally looking wing.
And it was also the first one to be introduced with the third brake. No, it was 85, 86. when they
86,
introduced
86
the
was
third
the
brake.
And we
First
finally
rear,
switched to a 130 mile an hour speedometer, which
Yep.
obviously you could never
But also 5-speed models got a 430 rear gear versus the automatic models that got a 510 rear gear.
And that's pretty cool that they had all these like subtle differences and everything. Oh, here we go. We have our new numbers. In 1984, for the 160 horsepower engine, making 169 foot-pounds of torque, we're 0 to 60 in 8.4 seconds now.
And that's moving.
And we're running quarters at 16 seconds. And that's only an 84. And if
But
you
you
look
gotta
at
think
most
about
of
it,
today's,
that's
like,
almost a second off a quarter mile time. And now, if people that haven't drag raced,
and like they literally
that
changed the
seems
EGR
slow,
system.
but
They added a throttle position sensor and changed the intake runners, and that's how they did it.
Taking a second off your time is a
Within a year
is
on a production
huge
vehicle that came with the
fucking
same shit in it.
accomplishment.
Oh yeah, and not even changing power levels. They're still making 160 horsepower.
But that
that's
probably
amazing.
also comes with the new 430 rear gears. Because you got to think about that. That's the acceleration right there.
And let's see, and peaking at the end of like 85, that's when the A60s started going out, and we're getting ready for our next model, the A70.
The bastard child of Supra.
Yes, the Mark III.
See, but the thing
The
is,
240SX of the Supra world.
I love those. I absolutely love those, and you could get
Well,
so
it's,
many.
it's our first turbo Supra. It's our
Well,
it's,
yeah, because you could get the 2-liter. The 2-liter GT was a twin cam. Well, it was a 4-cylinder with a twin turbo. I
Yep.
don't think you could get. Could you get that in the United States?
Nope.
Or
No,
that was
you just
only-
got
that
the
was Japan.
7M and the 7M GTE
Yeah.
in the States.
But over there, you could.
You got a 1J
You could get a
instead of the 7M.
You could get a 4-cylinder with twin turbos, and they were fucking awesome. Like that body style, because it also went from everyone else wasn't everybody else fixed head? No, they were all pop ups. So 3rd gen is also the last of the pop ups, which is bad. But I love pop ups. Anything with pop ups is fucking amazing.
Yep.
I have to pee real quick, but yeah, we're
Okay,
moving
yeah.
into the 7M now, which was
So a couple of fun little interesting facts about when we moved into the A70. Obviously, the big design change, a whole new body, new engine, the 7MGs, which you could get in the 7MGE and the 7MGTE, which was the turbocharged.
version. Yep.
And that engine was actually the Toyota's first distributorless engine
Yep.
offered in the U.S.
That was the
It's the first one they put with coil packs.
But you gotta think about it. In that time frame, you don't fucking see coil pack like it's now.
1986.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
come on.
'86 fucking Mustang still has a distributor. You didn't get coil packs until 1996.
It was also the first time they offered the 3-channel ABS.
Oh damn! Really?
3-channel ABS offered in 1986.
Shit, we didn't get ABS until 1994 in Mustangs.
My friend Tessa, which she's coming down for a birthday party next weekend. She had one, dude, right? And it was the
A
most.
3rd gen?
Yeah, it was the most possessed car.
Hey,
There was a lot of shit wrong with it. It push button start because the ignition was all jacked up, so they rigged a push button start. We're sitting in Walmart one night, and for some reason it just did not want to start. We're sitting there pushing the button, pushing the button. No, nothing. So we walk away. We're trying to figure out what to do. We're sitting there, all of a sudden, I'm like, doesn't it just start by itself?
it's haunted.
It's like
Another
oh,
thing that they offered on the 1986 model for the first time was the TEMS system, TEMS, which was essentially active suspension.
Yeah.
Like, it affected the damper rates. It was a change to the damper rates, which you could control. In 1986, it had active suspension. Holy shit.
But don't forget one of the most awesome things about 86 is we introduced the Targa Top Supra.
Yeah.
1986, the sport roof removable Targa Top.
I gotta say, I love T-top vehicles.
And the T-top came in that year too, didn't it?
I love.
They didn't do-
no,
no,
they
just
didn't do
Targa top
T-tops.
that
They
year.
just did Targa tops.
I remember the Target top.
But
yeah.
Targa Tops, i.e. Hollywood Tops too, are fucking awesome.
So I love T-top vehicles, but a Targa top.
Yeah, I dig a Target top.
One of my favorite vehicles that I've seen converted into a Targa top was a New Edge Mustang.
Ooh.
There was an 02 that they converted into a Targa top. all cars should have a target top.
See,
All cars
that's-
should have a target.
That's
top.
one thing I loved about, and side note onto my thing, that's one thing I loved about the second generation RX-7 convertibles.
Yes.
Is they came with what they called a Hollywood top.
Yep.
It was a convertible, but the top part also came off as a Targa top, and
Yeah.
the back part you could leave on, and it could be like a Targa RX-7.
Yep.
And
But I also gotta say, I know the 7M motors are kind of
boat anchors.
Well, they're kind of frowned upon in the super community,
Yeah,
but
people have still done really good things with 7Ms.
so one of my favorite cars that drives by the house, like I was telling you earlier, that I absolutely love.
He's got a 7M turbo in it.
I live on a busy road, and one of my favorite things to do is either sit on the back porch or sit in the garage, and y'all have seen both of them, and watch the cars go by. And what's the dude's name?
His name's Gabriel. He's
Yeah.
a young kid.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
young.
younger than us, but he's got a a 91.
No, it's like a 80. It's like a 87 or something. But it's a super.
But
It's a super turbo, and it's the
super
dark red
turbo,
they
and
came
it's a
in.
dark red,
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
a
not a
dark
red
car.
person, but it is.
I know that car.
beautiful.
You know, I see him all the time
Yeah.
on my way home from work, and we
And-
get next to each other in traffic and, make
every-
turbo noises
every
next to each
single-
other.
Every single time he drives by the house now, because I'm constantly waving to him, he'll rev it up, and I gotta say, that car, and Will
Makes
heard-
him fucking sweet
Will
in
heard
like
it the last
Yeah.
bunch of days. It sounds amazing.
People
Does-
can beat on 7Ms, but they do sound heavenly.
They
Uh-huh.
do.
Yeah,
They
I
do.
know what you're
They
talking
do.
about in traffic, because sometimes I'll catch him on my way home too,
Yep.
and we and him just get into zipping.
Oh, I love getting with them, man.
Zipping through
I mean,
traffic on
I love the
44.
2J sound, but
But
that
that's-
car just,
It
and
sounds
I've seen
good,
the
though.
engine bay of it. It's
But the
really
two
nice.
digit in that, see, that's the thing is this is what ushered in the
I got it.
1J,
I got it.
and the 1J to this day is used all the time. It's one of the cheapest swaps you
I
can
like
get.
it better than the 2J. Yes, I said it.
You can get
I
a
said it. The 1J is better.
you can get a full 1J swap for less than $2,000
Yeah.
right now, right fucking
Right.
now, and you have an instant bolt-in 200 plus horsepower, and you can do so much with. You can do shit with 2Js. You can do with 1Js. And I think that also kind of dips into the little bit of the darker aspect we were talking about. You know, everybody sees supers as holy grails and things, and how fast they are, and that they run amazing times.
But
But
we'll get into that with the next gen.
we'll get into that with the elitists.
Yeah.
We'll call them. But no, I think the thing is too that's awesome about that Supra, which is, what was that? We were talking about A70.
Yep.
Yeah, the A70. It's the most affordable Supra,
Yeah.
and you
You
can
can still get a decent one for, $5-6 grand.
And here's the thing, you can even get a clapped out one for a couple of grand, and the thing still runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't run,
About
guess what? You got a 1J swapped for $1,500 and you throw a 1J in and
Right.
call it a day. And they came so well equipped from the factory. I see them everywhere. They're still widely used. I really think the Mark III is just the bastard underappreciated Supra.
It is the underappreciated Supra.
I still call it the bastard child of the Supra, though.
It really is
you
the
either,
underappreciated car.
I don't
of
think there's
Supra
no middle
world.
ground on it. You either love the thing or you hate the thing. And it's
And I think I can agree with you on that.
But,
This is one of
but
those
what is
things-
there to hate though? Why is there hate on that car?
I don't know. That's the thing.
They look amazing.
I don't think
They can be fast.
Well, I can
and
tell.
they're cheap.
I can tell you where the hate comes from, and it comes with the fucking A8 or no, what are we? We're
going
A7.
to A80 next.
Well, no, what? Because isn't the new one the A80? What do they call the fucking Mark IV?
A80s, yeah.
Oh, we're in A90. Okay, good. So that just wraps into shit with the A80 Supra, which we'll get into very shortly. But I think that the A80 Supra, it's not per se that car's fault, but it's what happened that made the A70 Supra so looked down upon.
Right.
And I want Mike here for this because we're all gonna get, and even Jack and Will, y'all are both gonna get in on this with me, because But still, I just think it's just been one of those cars that not even in the aspect of a driver's car, but as like racing and everything, how big the standpoint they've had. And Mike comes equipped with a new beer, which means
Beers.
I've already been finished. Sorry.
Alright, so now that Mike's back, let's move into
Here we
the
go.
dark
The
side.
Supra.
Let's move into the dark
Before
side
we do that,
of
do we want
the
to do the new
Supra.
beer?
Well, yeah, we'll do the new beer.
Yeah, we can.
Let's do the new beer before we hop in.
One of us has to split it.
Whoever is volunteering. Jack, you want to split yours with me? Or wait, no, we have two we need to split.
No, just one that we got.
We have 4, so one's got to split.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll split with Jack.
Okay. Well, there's that one.
Doug's Dairy Tour.
I am not splitting this one. I am sorry because I've been looking forward to this one for
This should-
so fucking long.
Food calls and stuff.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Alright,
I have
guys.
been looking forward to this for so fucking long.
This is a new seasonal beer from Swamphead. It is called Doug's Dairy Twirl. It is a strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate Neapolitan Imperial Stout.
I smell ice cream.
I do
I've been
too.
look-
As soon
I've
as I
been
open it,
looking.
Alright.
I've been looking forward
Des-
to this since they
Is this
announced
going to be
it.
another good
Dessert
beer?
is now
Yes.
served for the sweet tooth kid in all of us.
Uh-oh.
Step back in time to visit an old Gainesville, Florida, an icon for a hearty adult treat packed with sweet and rich flavored goodness.
Hey,
Oh my god.
Just like your favorite childhood swirl, we took subtle dark malts, added strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla to this huge imperial stout.
dude, look how dark that was.
I see.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
sorry, I am not splitting this one because I have, since they announced it a couple months ago,
Man.
I
I have a feeling this one's gonna go down quick. I have a feeling.
Oh, you can smell chocolate.
Oh yes. Cheers.
No,
cheers.
no,
cheers.
I smell the
wanna get
strawberry.
strawberry.
I want to get
dude.
into this.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. Extended cheers.
Extended cheers.
Extendo Hero. Here we go.
Oh, there it is. There's
Oh,
a strawberry.
whoa!
Whoa! Holy fuck!
Dude, it tastes like strawberry
Wow.
ice cream.
Oh my god! No, you get the chocolate, you get a little bit of vanilla, and then you just get, well, bam! There's a strawberry.
Dude, look at that.
Oh my god!
That might be the second best thing I've put in my
Oh,
mouth.
hold on. Terrible error. What percentage is this? We got this is-
10.5.
Oh god damn!
Oh.
Oh shit!
I don't.
That's
Here we go.
dangerous.
And
That
away
is
we go.
dangerous.
Oh God.
That's
Oh my
10%.
God.
Where did you get this? And is there more of this?
Yes.
I don't know how I feel
I'll
about it.
have more.
Oh, I'll have more of this.
No, I'll have more.
I don't know how I feel
Yes.
about it. Like hang on.
Yes. Sweet baby fucking.
I'm depressed.
I hate you. You can have some of mine, sir.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so good.
That
I'm gonna
is
cry. Oh my god.
Fucking amazing.
I love
dude.
strawberry milkshakes and strawberry ice cream. Oh, oh.
Wow.
I want to stick my dick in it,
Oh.
dude. I want to stick in me.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me. Listen, I think I'm gonna have to be the
You're gonna be the one that
dissonant,
doesn't
You're gonna be that
dissonant
guy.
voice. Okay, it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm getting a weird flavor off of it. Maybe it's just me. Like a soury taste.
Somebody factory reset, Chris.
McFly.
Anyone got a pen?
hello.
I'm getting a
Anyone
weird
got a pen?
taste out of
Can
it.
you get
Yeah.
the hole?
Hey, can
Oh,
you
get the
can
hole
you hit
in
the
there?
reset button?
Well,
Really?
I do taste tomato juice and blue moon. Like I get.
I'm getting a weird.
Taste
I don't know.
oh, I love it.
Oh my god, that's so fucking good.
I don't know.
I must have more of this. I must find it.
Where did you get it at? Or your the one
ABC.
in
Which
Chris
ABC?
River?
Chris
River?
Yeah.
How late do they open? that,
Now.
shit's, dude, that shit's
For
good.
another hour.
The fact that that's 10%.
Hold on. I gotta make an emergency call.
Sorry guys, I'm
Yes,
getting
911. I would like to admit that there's a beer that is way too good to be
Beer?
drinkable. Yes.
Fuck, Swamphead. I love you guys,
I'm,
Swamphead.
I'm sorry guys. I'm the one
You don't have to like
differing
it. It's
voice.
good.
I don't like it. Like I honestly don't like it.
It's alright. He said you don't have to.
You can have it. I
Really?
Wow.
don't like it.
Can you-
There's
I'll
something.
Oh, stop. Here's the thing.
I'll take some of that.
Do you eat sweets, candy, chocolate,
Oh yeah.
ice cream?
No, I'm a big sweet tooth guy.
I
How do you not like
I'm
that?
getting some
Look at
weird
Cascade.
vibe off of it. Some sour note.
Well, I'm getting a tiny bit of sour note, but it's.
I'm not getting any of that, dude.
It's-
No,
no,
Maybe
no,
my
hey,
palate's fucked up from the
hold
other
on.
beer. I don't
Oh,
know.
you need a Guinness to cleanse your.
I don't know what's
need to
up.
cleanse
I'm
your
getting
palate and try it again.
out of it.
You need to cleanse your palate.
Let me
and
try it
it
one more
again.
time. Hold on.
Hold it in your mouth for a second.
You don't even have to hold it in your mouth. Just fucking
Then
sip it
swallow
on down
it.
and let it slide down your throat with a sweet strawberry
Hey,
caressing
breathe
your
in through your
esophagus.
nose. Hey, breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth.
God damn, is that good? Wow, that's a fucking good beer.
I'm just getting a weird taste out of it.
I want a big ass bowl of strawberry ice cream now.
That's like fucking Stifler. Like, God damn, doggy, that's good fucking cake.
Fucking good beer. God damn.
I don't know.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, on that
now-
great disappointment, let's move into the other.
Everybody else
Disappointment.
liked it. It's just not my thing, I
That's
guess.
alright.
I
can drink like a
All
lot.
right. So let's move on
dig it.
to the last generation. What was the
Hold
last
on.
generation?
Hold on. There's a whole nother generation after this.
What?
It's the last generation Supra.
Before the BM, I mean the
It's
the
the
new
it's the
Z4, I
BMW
mean
Supra.
Yeah, before the new Toyota BMW Z4.
It's the
Yeah.
Bupra.
the Supra. But this is the A80 Supra, which this is the dark side, the elite,
MK4.
Thank you.
1%.
Thank you, Fast and Furious.
Let's talk
Thank
about
you
that
for
a
starting
second.
that already.
Let's talk about that for a
No, that's
second.
what we're getting into.
I want to talk about that in particular. The
It's
reason the
awesome.
Supra, and when I say the Supra, everybody pictures the same car.
The orange with a robot fucking
Yes.
flying on the side.
They all picture that car. When you say the word Supra, that's the first thing that comes to mind. Exactly. And while that movie did a great thing in bringing what was a great car to the public eye, it also did a terrible thing in bringing a great car to the public eye because, well, low mileage examples of those now go for $200,000 on Bring a Trailer.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You
and
say
it's
it brought a
retarded.
great car to the public eye. It brought a good.
Good car.
It brought. Hold on. It brought a good Grand Touring car.
Right.
The thing. What people don't realize when they get into an MK4 Supra, they're expecting 900 horsepower instantly. A stock, non-turbo MK4 Supra, you're not doing that fast. Like, it's a good car, but it was meant to be a
Yeah,
Grand Tour.
Dude, even some of them rolling across Kissimmee, and on the there was like two or three of them I think that went across in Kissimmee. Bone stock, 100 grand.
Yeah.
100
I
grand.
mean,
I'm like,
they're
why?
good cars, but
Why?
they're not. They're not. It's one of those people will pay that price for them, and then they will get into that car and drive it, and their smile will go from "I got a Supra" to
Well, I got a Supra, I
You know
guess.
This is nothing what I expected to be. They're
Well, there's too many YouTube videos of these
1,000
1,200
horse- yeah.
horsepower Supras laying down these dyno numbers, right, and making that amazing noise, and nobody talks about. It's
Actually
not,
driving them.
It's not that you just bolted a bigger turbo to that 2JZ. You had to build that motor.
exactly.
There's
you
no
just
way a
spent
stock
another
motor does that.
$30,000-$40,000 onto that motor.
And on top of that, that's a dyno queen.
Mhm.
It did that one
So-
dyno pull.
And
And then you tried to drive it and it oil starved and threw a rod.
so
Yeah.
the early A80 Supras in the American market, you got them as the NA model with 220 horsepower, or hold on,
The RZs.
the first twin turbo A80. What do you guys think? The base model non-turbo had 220 horsepower. I bet you guys don't even realize this because I didn't.
235 horsepower.
What do you got in the What do you got in the twin turbo? The first one.
265.
Nope.
255.
Nope. He's closer.
So it's a little higher.
A little higher.
270.
276.
Yeah. Well,
That's what
that,
you got.
hey, that goes to the Japanese Gen 1
What was the curb
remake.
weight?
Hold on.
You got well.
But,
In the end, you got 321 horsepower in the American market.
but
in the
hold
end.
on. We got to go into why that 276 horsepower is
And
a reason.
Well, I'll tell you right here. Because
The
of
Japan-
the get rag transmission, the suspension, the fact that the car could pull and stop lateral G's on a fucking dime within less than 200 feet, it could maintain between 0.95 and 0.98 G's.
As far as the engineering aspect goes, the car was great.
Oh
It
yeah,
really was.
but we also got hold on. Like, this is a serious note. With that 276, why was it exactly 276? You know that, right?
You don't know that?
What do you
No.
what?
That's the Japanese.
I
276.
won't make a car that makes
Me
more than
either.
276 horsepower.
Me either.
Right.
We are Toyota, Nissan, Mazda, everybody else. We are rating everything at 276.
So no matter how much horsepower that car made from the
Yeah,
factory,
276.
it made exactly 276 horsepower.
But no, hold on, before you go into that, Dan, that's why the R34, with all the specs, they were rated at 276.
With those quotes.
It
around
was a Japanese gentleman, and it's literally called the Gentleman's Agreement. All the manufacturers in Japan said that they would not do any motor or any vehicle
I like JDM
over
knowledge. This is
over
nice.
276 horsepower.
I didn't know
that
that.
was for
I
no,
really didn't know that.
no.
I
that's
can't
it.
believe you didn't know
I-
that.
I'm
I
really
didn't
know
surprised
that
about
either.
that.
I feel
No,
educated.
but that was the thing. That's why the NSX and everything loved that. If you look at the horsepower of them, they were 276.
Well-
Even though you put them on a dyno and you're getting 380 horsepower, they were from the factory 276.
Right.
I didn't know this too. The 880 Supra featured a four-sensor channel track-tuned ABS system with actual yaw control and sensors, and it had the fastest. And when I say fastest, I mean the absolute fastest 70 mile an hour to zero braking distance until 2004.
Yes.
Do you know what car beat it?
A Bentley.
The Porsche Carrera GT.
Oh.
That's what it took to beat that. That's actually fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And from 1997 all the way to 04, that was the fastest stopping car in existence. That, and when you look, that's actually fantastic. And let's see here. By the late 1990s, the sales of the sporty coupes were starting to decline in North America. This pushed up yen prices in Japan's, and the Supra was withdrawn from the Canadian and U.S. markets in 1998.
I remember
But
that
it
happened,
still
I'm like,
went. It still
what?
went on in the Japanese market until what? 2002?
98?
No.
98.
No, sorry. Yeah, August 2002.
Yep.
And that was because of emissions.
Yep.
But it's from then it's dead until the fandom kicked in, really. And I just okay. So here's where I want to wait for Chris because we talked about the dark side. Chris was in the dark side. The dark side's of Supras, and we can kind of
Oh, I'm in there too.
we can inkling into it as like you guys see all these badass Supras. You see these Supras running 6-second quarter miles with manual transmissions and fucking 2,000 horsepower.
I still love the.
Here's the thing, though, you see
I
some
would
of
still
them-
rather have an MK3 than an MK4.
You see these motherfuckers at the track with these things, dude, and they're fucking power glides behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo 400s, 3 speeds in them,
Yeah.
GM trainees left and right, forward rear ends.
And it's tragic.
And here's the thing too, with
Chris
we can
will wait
we
for
can
you
just
to dark
uncture
side.
Chris right into this, and I just made the word up uncture. It sounds beautiful. I love uncture. Chris, how much money do you think it fucking takes to build an 8-second Supra?
Over
Mark IV,
100,000 grand.
including the car.
100,000 grand.
Oh, yeah.
$100,000.
Easy.
100,000.
Yeah, 100,000 grand. 100,000
All
grand.
right, I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy. Hey Chris, how much money would it take to make your Miata that fast with an LS?
10 grand.
10 grand.
Hold on,
junkyard. No.
Because
I
they
got it.
just did. Hold on. They just did 8s for 8 with a Mustang. Because it's lighter and it doesn't need as much power.
A
8s
bone
for
stock
5.
5.3.
Hey Chris, you didn't pay like fucking $20-something thousand for your Miata, did you?
No.
$100.
Hey Chris,
$100.
you didn't spend
Right.
$250,000 on building everything, did you?
No.
Did you get a fucking engine from the junkyard?
I could.
We will.
Did you buy a turbo kit off eBay?
Yep.
We will.
So that guy in that Supra over there, you just beat.
Is crying in his corner.
So what you're saying is, hold on.
He's
The
using
thing
$50
has
bills
happened.
to wipe his
Hey,
tears.
do you remember the scene from the movie where he goes, "Hey, what's the retail on that thing?" And the guy says,
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Ferrari.
He's lying.
So now what's happened is the guy in the Ferrari is faster and goes, "Hey, what's the retail on that thing?"
Okay,
And he goes,
exactly.
Hold hold on.
No.
In all fairness,
Supra.
that Ferrari was a piece of shit.
Okay,
But no,
in
what
all-
I'm saying is
Testarossa
for the money you
convertible
could
was
spend,
a fucking dog.
for the money you would spend on a Ferrari or the money you would spend on a Supra, you
Well,
can get a Ferrari for cheaper and
You know
be
what?
faster.
Let's fucking bring it into modern day. Let's say we're right there.
I know,
Right
that's
there
what
in
I'm saying.
Fast. Exactly. You're right there in Fast and Furious. Okay,
Right.
but it's today. You want to get a '97 Ferrari 308 GTB?
Ooh,
A cool calm 40 to 60 grand.
beautiful fucking car.
You want to get a fucking '97 Supra?
Yeah. You
150
Under-
grand.
for a stock one.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, what's your opinion? You're on the show. There you go.
All man's gotta have an opinion.
Welcome to the show.
Well,
This is what we do.
Yeah. What exact opinion? I mean,
On the MK4 Supra, what do you feel about it?
well,
The Supra, what do you feel about it?
I mean, it's
You feel like they should be
iconic,
worth that much though?
No, absolutely fucking not.
but you're talking to a Jeep guy now. I don't know. Like, those cost a lot.
No, like seriously, if you were going out and building a car, like
It wouldn't be that. No.
yeah, and even
Plus-
if you were a super fanboy,
Right.
So,
there's so
My-
many
I'm
other
looking
things you
for-
could have in your collection for $100 grand. You know?
Oh yeah. Like,
my
appreciate
thing
it.
at this point is that scene in the first Fast and the Furious, the best one out of all. We all agree to that. When Brian pulls up with the tow truck and he's got the burnt out fucking Supra on the trailer.
That's 10
And,
grand.
well, but the
Don't
thing
lowball me, bro. I know what I
The
got.
thing
That's
is,
right, right
Dom's
there.
like, I told you to give me a 10-second card, not a 10-minute card.
And that's when the ultimate keywords came into play.
Yep.
But that,
2JZ.
well,
no.
but
No.
the thing is looking at that burnt out fucking shell that was obviously really on fire.
Yeah.
That thing right there, that shell.
Oh, even in that time was probably $100,000 rebuild.
Yeah, well, but just the thing, that shell alone, you're looking at $20,000 because that was an actual twin turbo.
Yep. Even Jesse said
Targa top.
Yeah, that was a
15
twin turbo
Targa
Targa
top.
top
15,
shell.
20 grand into it.
Yeah.
Overnight parts from Japan.
Overnight
And-
parts from Japan.
And,
Yeah,
and, then, and then the
who
keywords,
fuck
it will
overnight
decimate
parts-
all.
Yeah. So that started the thing of hearing those words decimates all. People were like, hold on, I got this car that, I paid $30,000 for it. I can decimate all. And they started to build them. And they started to build them. And then they realized that these cars were not as popular as what they thought. And then all of a sudden, boom,
Sales are declining. People are like, you know what? No, this is going to be something. It was in that movie.
but
I'm going to put it away.
The thing was, if they didn't stop the sales in '98 and they kept them up till 2000, 2001, whenever the movie came out, sales would have skyrocketed.
Yep.
They would have skyrocketed.
Here's, I'm gonna look up a prime example right now because I guarantee fucking either.
But it's one of those like with the Jettas, like Jesse had his Jetta and that, and the fucking S14 that Letty had, and the
Oh.
fucking R33.
Speaking
And then
of that,
all of a sudden, then you had the Maxima. So the
I
thing
guess
is
we
that
missed something,
Maxima,
too.
if y'all didn't realize, the Supra and the Maxima were owned by the same guy. And that the Maxima was his daily driver. He bought it brand new for his wife. His wife didn't want it, so he daily drove it. And that's what he did to make that fucking Maxima, the blue one. And his Supra was originally yellow. They had it painted and did all the decals and that for the movie. He was the one that casted every single fucking car in all.
And that
the
Maxima
Fast and
was
Furious.
nasty.
It
fast,
was.
dude. That
And
nasty. He
the
said he
thing
had
was,
almost
when it did
100
that,
grand in that fucking
when
Maxima.
it did that fucking
And that
burnout
Maxima
leaving
was
the driveway, you
stupid
could hear
fucking
it.
quick.
It goes first, second, third, smoking the tires, and he's like, it will do that because it had 100 shot of nitrous onto it too.
well, by the way, I guess we missed it in November. The first 2020 Supra to hit 1,000 horsepower happened
Yep.
in November on the new engine. But You know what's kind of
What's
funny?
that engine? Like, people gotta stop, like, giving a shit about that engine.
Oh, it is
Like,
great.
yes, I understand it's a BMW engine, but you know what? You gotta think about BMW. What is BMW known for?
Well,
Over-engineering.
Oh.
Motor racing.
here we go. What does it cost to take to make a 1,000 horsepower Mark IV Supra?
A lot of time and money.
How much?
That guy said in his build, including the car, 178,000.
There you
Exactly.
go.
And that's the weird thing too. I was just trying to figure it out. I can't find when the first 1,000 horsepower Mark IV Supra was done. I'm really wondering because that was probably something else that really ushered
Hold
in.
on. Here's a prime example right here. 1994 with a gaudy fucking body kit on it.
Ew, and big intercooler. Are 750 plus horsepower.
Right?
Okay, we got single turbo, upgraded automatic transmission.
Automatic.
How much?
It's an automatic.
How much are we?
How much are we?
Yeah, how much are we? 130 fucking 25,000 miles my ass.
But we're out of our minds at that point.
Yeah, that
There's
don't make-
so many more cars I
that
could
doesn't
buy
make
at that
any fucking
price.
sense.
And I want to, by the way, toot my own horn a little bit here, but you know, last year, you know what, the one of the half-mile Super Kings got beat by?
Yeah.
The Mazda Speed 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
a 700 horsepower Mazda
you-
Speed 3.
You talked about the half mile thing. A couple of years ago, it was
Call for price.
probably 2-3 years
That's
ago,
probably
and
some
that
pretty great car right there.
when we were at one of the half
There's
mile
another one.
shootouts
Oh,
in Ocala,
here.
which aren't gonna be there anymore, and I'm so
None?
sad about that.
They're not?
No.
Oh.
No,
But-
yeah, some stuff happened with well, that track was been for sale for a while too,
Yeah.
and
Here's another one. Read that.
16,324 base model twin turbo though, 4-speed automatic transmission, unmodified,
He wants 160 for it.
just regular ass. It's black. Well, it's got the chromies on it.
So he wants about 130 for it.
112. It's
112 right on the head, sir.
estimated at $1,113 a month payment.
Yep.
But my
Wow.
thing
It
is,
just
is
doesn't make any
when
sense.
we were at the
No.
half mile show, we ended up making friends because we ended up sitting next to his wife and his mom.
Oh,
They were with the white
From Georgia.
enforcer. Yeah.
Yep.
They came down from Georgia. I forgot his name. I think his name was Zach.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. He was such a great guy
yeah,
too. I met him too.
And I'm so sorry that I forgot your name and that, but we had so much fun. Because it was it was our first time going there, and we just went on Saturday, and we ended up paying the extra to get the tickets for next day, and on Sunday we ended up sitting next to him and his wife and his mom, and that, and we were talking to him and all that, and they came down from Georgia, and he put a lot of work. It was only like a 650 horsepower build. Like he had the car for a long time. I think it was actually his dad, so like he didn't pay the super price and all that, but he ended up building it, and it was his weekend car, but it also was really quick. But and he drove it. And like that 650 mark is like the best overall. You can still drive it on the street, not get into crazy boosts and all that stuff. And his goal was to run 197 miles per hour in the half mile. And you know what? His final pass, he did 197.2. And we were up and down, cheering like crazy. And he invited us back to his trailer. We had like a beer with him and all that. He was so excited. He's like, I am so happy. He's like, we don't really know you guys. We just met you, today and that. But this is a milestone for me. I'm like, listen, your car just went 197.2 miles per
You
hour.
touched 200, bro.
It is completely
I don't-
insured, registered. You use that.
Streetable?
Yes, and that's the thing. He had his street tires in the trailer. It was just on drag radials for that. Full interior, had just a single roll bar in the back, that was it. It wasn't a crazy build or anything like that.
But still
And he
costs
was
so much money.
Well, no, he only had like 10,000 into it. But that's the thing. Like he did, it was on stock suspension. It wasn't lowered. It was stock suspension, stock transmission, and stock rear end.
But
And
for
he-
10, but if you give me 10 grand with what's behind us,
Oh yeah, well, but
we can
still,
annihilate everything.
Hold
that
on,
exists.
but still, it was
I
one
wanna
of those
make-
just being there at the moment when he ran his number that he wanted to run. The look on his face when he took off his helmet and he stopped at the gate where we were at, got out of the car, and they're like, "No, you gotta move your car back." He came over, jumped over the fence, hugged his mom, hugged his wife, high-fived me and Sabrina, and was like, "I did it." And the look in his face was, "I did it." Like it was, holy shit, I actually did it. And we had so much fun with, like, hanging out with him. Like, he hasn't been back in the last couple of years, but that is a memory that sticks in my head that I was there hanging out with his family when he hit that mile-per-hour mark that he wanted to.
I got it. And here's you know what pisses me off about the whole with that generation of Supra. You can go into, and this is about 8 years older than that, right?
Alright. Oh, it's an FC convertible.
Mhm.
Right.
They probably still want too much for it, but
Are you
probably,
ready?
probably like 10 or plus.
But 14.
Oh, 2,100 miles!
Yep.
Whoa, that needs to be rebuilt.
No,
It's not
I'm
an
very
RX
sorry.
It's not an RX.
Yeah, it's not an
man.
RX
thing
what
to
you're
be
talking about.
But
I
I'm
got a
just,
little rotary headed, I'm sorry.
I'm
Put a Hellcat motor in
no,
there.
because you'll wind up in a ditch.
On the
That's what I
side of the
heard.
road. Like, no offense.
No,
Yeah,
no,
the
did you
Hellcat
hear about
Miata,
that?
he went to
So-
IFO and all.
Okay, so there
Yeah,
was a Miata
shit.
that had a Hellcat motor in it. It was
I
orange.
think I showed you the orange one. I think I showed you a
went,
picture
it
of
went
it.
to
The IFO
well,
in
it went
Gainesville.
to the Hoonigan factory and all that shit. Did a massive burnouts and all that. Well, the dude's from Florida, and he went to the last weekend. He went to IFL up in Gainesville. Leaving it, he put that thing into the ditch into a tree.
Yeah.
And it's all over social media.
Oh, yeah.
Because someone drove by as that thing's in a tree demolished.
Oh, I bet.
Demolished.
All right.
But anyway, I think it's about time to jump into our bring a trailer car. So to bring Jack quickly up to speed, you know, bring a trailer, we pick a car, well, undisclosed, somebody gets a car, bring a trailer, we all guess the price.
So
Right there.
the
Okay.
thing is, one leg that is normally on the show, but he is at home recovering from everything and all that.
Oh, God!
Oh!
Look at that thing! Oh, my
Wow.
Jesus.
He
Alright,
always
Will, you
hold
have
on,
the
hold
specs.
On, hold on, I'm trying to explain it really quick. So the bring a trailer car is Brian always picks it. And usually my wife is the one. Brian usually has like 2 or 3 cars, and my
Dude,
wife
that
is
thing's
normally
sweet.
the one that picks what it's gonna be. And
Okay.
she just randomly picks. I like that one. And that. Well, Brian's
That's
indisclosed.
Indisposed.
Indisposed.
Indisposed. So Brian sent it to Will. So Will's
Yes.
our official bring a trailer thing. Will cannot guess the price because he knows the price. So this is all pictures. We do not know what is going on, but this is the car.
And
So-
feel free to ask any questions you want to try and guess the
Yes.
price.
So we'll go in, and this is currently playing on the screen too.
Yeah,
So
what-
Will
All right.
describe
What we
this
have
car is.
here is a 1971
Oh,
Datsun 240Z
of course Brian picked this.
that was acquired by the seller in 1996 and is said to have been powered by a rebuilt 3.1 liter L28
Woo! Stroked and poked, buddy.
Oh,
paired with a 5-speed manual transmission.
it's almost a Devil Z if it was
Okay,
blue.
L28 Jack is a 2.8 from the factory. Inline
Okay.
6. It's bored the stroke. That's a 3.1. That's a bad bitch.
Those.
The exterior has been refinished in older Ferrari red over a custom black and plaid cloth interior.
Sweet.
Additional features
Oh, those are
include
Carl Novice.
Are those?
no,
Yes!
they're 16 Pan Sport or Pan Sport.
Those are Panasports? It's
Yep.
even fucking harder to find. Oh my god.
Look at the
16
front
inch
lip.
Pan Sport
Oh.
wheels. It has
Sweeping the ground.
It has 4-piston front caliper rotors, molded rear spoiler,
Ooh.
aluminum pistons, triple Mikuni carburetors.
Oh,
Hey,
baby.
hold on. Aluminium.
Aluminium.
and an aftermarket camshaft,
Those-
ignition system,
those
and
seats.
exhaust.
Those seats.
This S30 is now offered with your removed L24 inline 6 4-speed and
Oh.
offered with a R180 differential,
Look at the original
Oh.
drivetrain. That's pretty cool.
as well as scissor jack and tools and a carrying case, a service records, and a clean New Jersey title in the seller's name.
Dude,
But
that-
wait, there's more.
Oh, hold on. But wait.
There's more. Anyway,
It's a molded rear spoiler, headlight covers, H4 headlamps, auxiliary driving lights. The rear badging has been removed. The seller states that the Fair Lady Emerald fitted into the black grille will not be included with the car. Seller notes there is a crack in the paintwork on the right front fender as well as an area of rust on the bottom of the driver's door. The paintwork and exterior trim shown in detail in the photo gallery below.
Oh, now you bring me to it. I don't want to see it, but do you have undercarriage photos, and can you tell me how bad the rust is?
There are no undercarriage photos.
But we are from New Jersey. Is there anything stating if the car originated in New Jersey?
No, there is
Is
not.
there anything stating that it's owned by a mob boss?
Negative, sir.
What mileage do we got in the chassis? That's usually at the top. There's a big gray thing. It says the price it's sold for, and it usually says mileage. It'll say TVH or TVA or.
45,000 miles indicated.
Okay, so that's probably 145 if it's been chopped and
Yeah.
swapped like that. And rust on the bottom right door. Interior looks cherry though. The motor work looks beautiful. Is there a Carfax stating the amount of owners?
Negative.
No.
Shit.
I know 240's got a big following. I'm gonna shoot for 28. It's a cammed and stroked and poked 3.1. That thing probably sounds heavenly.
Oh wait, there are a couple of undercarriage photos here. If y'all want to take a look.
Oh, okay, yeah, that doesn't show the price. Fuck, it's clean underneath. It's 100% black and rust free.
Alright.
It's clean. It's pretty clean underneath. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 28. I'm feeling 28. That's a sweet fucking car. I know it's not original paint, original this, original that, but that is a fucking, like, if you're looking to get a Datsun Z, that's set up. That's ready to roll.
I'm going 41.
You're going 41?
41,000.
Jack?
34.
Jack's at 30.
Chris?
I'm going at 45.
Ooh,
Fuck you.
What was your guess?
41.
Yours?
34.
Yours?
45.
28.
You win, sir.
Fuck yes, what was it?
30,150.
Fuck all of you, I fucking won again. Fuck you guys.
Hey, I finally won last
Fuck
week.
you guys.
I won last
I
week.
fucking won again. I've won that one. Oh, fuck yeah.
It's a beautiful fucking car, dude. Brian,
That's an amazing car.
Brian, good job.
Oh,
sir.
of course, Brian
It is
picked
a
that
gorgeous
car.
car.
It is.
So Brian had one of those cars, and
Really?
that is one of those cars that he constantly talks about,
Mhm.
and he will never live it down that he sold it. Except the wonderful 85 CRX that I
Oh,
give
God.
him every single time I find
Uh-huh.
out a thing of it. So I got Brian a 5-pack of Hot Wheels, and one of the ones was a 85 CRX in blue and silver, which was the color of his car.
Okay.
But the best thing was it was the night burner set.
There's a joke there.
Brian crashed his 1985 CRX and lost his leg because it caught on
Oh.
fire.
I've told you
So
about
I
my
got-
friend Brian One Leg.
I got him the night burner set with the 85 CRX in it.
Oh,
That was the car he
That
was
is the best thing that I ever
that
gave
burned him
him.
up and cost him his leg.
He is also the one that has a license plate that says toasted on it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
But for different reasons.
So, well, no,
Chris,
no, I told him
no
about
bear
the
goes
thing.
neglected.
So,
Polish it off, buddy.
so right as of right now, before we end, I would like to say, guys, check out all our supporters. They're not sponsors; they're our supporters. Check out Wrench Monkey Automotive; they're amazing. Doodlebug Dog Ranch, and also, guys, in the chat, in the comments, whatever it is, let Brian know that you're thinking about him and all
We
that.
miss you, Brian.
We do miss you,
We
Brian.
miss you, buddy.
He-
It's
he
not the
is-
same without you.
He
It's
is
really
ho-
not.
he
Oh,
is
and
home-
Brian, I got you a present, by the way, next time I see you. Just
Oh, yeah.
remind me I
Yeah,
got
we
you
got your
something.
presents. He is home. He is watching us. but he is not able to have our wonderful selection of beers, so that's why he's not here. But Brian, we miss you. We hope you get better, and you are our person that we truly, truly miss because you make the show. Because I can't have the midget without the one-legged show.
You can't have little Jesus without one-legged Jesus.
Exactly. I gotta have you. So get better. We know you will. We're gonna end it tonight. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks guys for watching. We'll see you
Thanks,
guys next
everybody.
time.
Have a good night.
Namaste.